going to gather her up to the left, meaning position her left. And you're going to think stretch into the contact and ask her to trot on, because of course we don't want her throwing her head up. So this would be a time when you would maybe put her behind the bit, because you don't want her to, invert. Good. So you had to work for that. She got her head up for one stride, so it wasn't perfect, but Right, but we have to consciously do that until eventually it's just rote. We never have to think about it again, like posting, okay? So you need to shorten up on your inside rein, and she's what we would call inconsistent, right? Yep. Head up, head down, head deep. So our goal is to get her more consistent in the bridle. Okay, and correct riding position is thumbs up, so our elbows aren't sticking out, okay? So when she goes, so this is the hard part. When she goes deep, you got to push her up. When she goes above the bit, you got to get her down. So she's really going from one extreme to the next, and it's going to be hard to get her right in that perfect place. Okay? So I think we said this last week. The most important thing for her is stretch, 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 and stretch, because you have to undo those curling muscles. Does that make sense to you? Curling means too deep. So here's your stretch with the nose tucked in. We want there. We want her nose out. Don't let her look over there. Okay? So then you got to get her nose out again. Very good. Whoops. Good. Good correction. Right. So it may be boring, but right now stretching is the most important thing for her. Good. And she's already different in 1 week. And look at the stride. Just get bigger without you even asking her to go longer. It's because when the horse stretches, the stride naturally gets longer. So your challenge is to gradually bring her back up and to try to not to let her curl or come above the bit. Now, is she going to do that today? Probably not, because you can't change a horse in 1 day. Right? That's good for me, right? You got to keep taking lessons. So let's go ahead and shorten up on that inside rein. So I think where we started to go last week was starting to do exercises to get her more under and up, right? Because if we go more forward, she'll probably just rush and get quick. So the Kristen Herman approach is to do exercises, all right? Now we got all the jumps in here, so it makes it a little bit hard to do leg yielding. But I think on the other side, if you turn down the quarter line, good Sonja, we can do a little bit of leg yielding. So leg yielding does not mean rushing to get to the railing. Leg yielding means gradually asking the horse to move sideways, step under, which is going to lift her up, but keeping her round. So first is round and now over. Round it, yes, round and over, round and over. Fantastic, okay? So you'll feel her wanting to come up, and that's what we want. But she's not allowed to come up above the bit, right? Yep. 10-meter circle. What I really, really like is the consistent rhythm. And believe it or not, this has only been 3 minutes. Seems like a half hour. Look at what you did in 3 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to do a little baby shoulder in. Well, we're going to go sitting trot, 10-meter circle, little shoulder in, only because we can't leg yield on this side. Okay, so this is good, except she's above the bit. Your inside rein needs to open, good, and then just think leg yield out. And now we're going to come down the quarter line and you're going to leg yield. Next time you do the shoulder in, do it sitting because it's easier. So in your leg yield, you want to feel her step over and up to the outside rein. Good girl. Over and up. You need to stop pulling on your right rein. Good. And go ahead and let her stretch. It's not perfect, but it's way better than last week. Stretching out. Let the nose out. There we go. Good. And don't let her sneak a peek. Good. Now you're going to gather her back up. Keeping the little position left. We're going to leg yield again. We could have done the 10-meter circle shoulder in over there, but all right, good. I'm loving it. She looks so much better. Turning early. So we don't want you pulling on your inside rein. You want to feel on the inside rein to keep her head straight and level, Right, good, much better. And then you're thinking step to the outside rein, step to the outside rein, over, over, up to the outside rein. Good. Then you're sitting, try your 10-meter circle. You didn't pull. Stay sitting. So, shoulder in, Dick and Jane aids. Open the inside rein so you don't overbend her, which makes her pop the outside shoulder. Right? Both hands inside. So you're going to open the inside rein, and then your outside rein moves the shoulder in. And, of course, your whole torso twists. Yeah. Good. Fine. Huh? Pretty easy, huh? Yeah, and I'll put her straight. She's like, yup. Okay, now we'll just go ahead. We'll just sit and walk. Yeah, good. I love that. Good, and walk on. I love when you just sit and the horse walks as opposed to yanking the horse.